This video is going to walk you through editing the user preferences for mobile tech. So first you're going to log into m.highfivesoftware.com and you'll go to the home link in the upper right corner and click under admin setup to manage users. So on the user page, you're going to see all your users listed. These have all been given usernames. There is one at the very bottom. This is a new tech that was entered in SME. So you enter them as a user in SME and check is technician, and they'd be listed here. So we could assign Marvin a username so he has access to mobile tech. So I'm just going to enter a name and click save, and it would automatically populate the at H5 for us. So just enter in the part that's before it. So now Marvin is actually a new user in the mobile, and I'm going to give him access to tech portal or the SME mobile tech. So I'm going to check underneath the tech column. He's not an admin, so he wouldn't be able to come in here and manage users, so because it's a negative under the admin column. But on the very right, this is the preference group we want to look at. It looks like most of my users are set under the admin group. You can change them to a different group. So maybe I want Marvin to be assigned to the standard user group. The preference groups or user groups in the mobile would hide fields or just change different options. So we're going to walk through those options here. So I'm going to go ahead and click under this Edit Group Preferences link right here. And these are all the different preference groups. And the one that I assigned to Marvin was the standard user group right here. So I'm going to click Edit to the right of that. And if we scroll down, you're going to see a section for Details tab. When you first log into the mobile tech, there's a Detail tab, and these are all the different fields that you can either hide, show, or make them non-edit. So I want the user to be able to see the summary and the order number, order status. Maybe there are some fields I don't want them to see, like SLA category, that's already hidden. Compliance code, they don't really need to see that. Class, the billing status, these are already hidden, a lot of them. Price book, PO number, zone. Or else I can make them show. So if they really need to see the compliance code, I can make that show. You can also rearrange the order of the columns. So maybe I want order status even above the summary. You can click on that and move it around. So maybe service code, I want that up underneath order status. You can rearrange the order in which they appear. So once I have those set, I can just hit save. Now I'm going to log in as Marvin. Marvin was assigned to the this user group, that standard preference group that we just set up. So let me log in as Marvin. And let's take a quick peek at what the Details tab looks like when he logs in. So let's go to all orders. So I'm going to just select one of these orders in the list of orders. And the Details tab is here, the very first tab. So you'll see it says Summary, and then Order Status is the second field that we picked. And then Service Code, we move that up from down below. That's that third one. So you can see a lot of the fields are hidden from this tab. So on this tab, you can choose which fields are showing or hidden or read only, and you can rearrange the order of them. The next settings we're going to look at are for the Notes and Documents tab. Actually, it looks like service performed is actually hidden on his, so we need to show it. One option that I'm going to change on his preference group is the way that the notes are entered under service requested. Right now, it allows you to actually edit the notes that are already in there. So I could actually go in there and edit those notes. Now, if you want to restrict that, there's an append mode, which would allow you to add to the notes rather than being able to edit existing notes. So we're going to change that, or we'll look at that setting and make sure service performs is showing. So here, let's close out of here and log back in as the admin. Remember, Marvin wasn't set up as an admin, so he wouldn't be able to edit the preference groups at all. So I'm going to go back to the home link and manage users. And I'm going to go back up to that edit group preferences. The one that we're working with right now is a standard group, so I'm going to click edit for that one. We're going to scroll past the Details tab because we already edited that group. So on this notes and documents section, remember how the service performed was hidden. So I'm going to make that show. So those are all showing. And I'm going to go down to this UI setting. Right now, when we add a service performed or service requested, it's in edit mode, so we can edit what's the notes that are already in there. So we're changing it to append mode. The difference is then you can add to a note. You can't edit the text that's already in service requested or performed. You can just add to it. And when you add to it, it actually times and date stamps your note with your username. Another thing that you're going to see on that same tab in the mobile is documents. Your user can add documents to a work order. And there's an option here under show customer documents. Right now, if you have show checked, it's when you go to the work order and look at the document section, it's going to show you all documents for that customer, whether that document was added on that service order or in a different order or directly to a customer. If you choose only order level documents, that's only going to show the documents that were added to that particular work order. So you would want to choose which one makes most sense for you. Also in this UI settings section, there's a user or admin email preference. This has to do with if your technician is going to email out a work order from the mobile, is the email going to be sent from the technician's email or from the admin email in SME? So right now, this one's set to use the technician's email. So if you have that set, you need to make sure in SME, under the user, you have their email settings set up. So you're going to go under Setup Users and go to the Email Settings tab for that technician and make sure you have all their email settings set. Otherwise, if you're using the admin, then the email settings need to be set on the admin user. Item settings, this just allows you to hide or show costs and price. So when you're adding items to an order like material or labor or service items, you can have the cost and price hidden on those. The warehouse setting here, you have three options. The first option is my or all locations. What that's going to do is when your tech goes in to add material to a work order from mobile, it allows them to pull from your whole inventory list. It just shows all your inventory items. If you have my location only, it's going to only show you items. You're only going when you click add item in the mobile, the list of inventory items is only going to be the items that are available in that tech's warehouse. So in SME, under the technician, you would need to assign that tech a warehouse. So for this particular user, if I sign on Bob's van, and his preference is set to my warehouse, then when he goes in to add items to the work order in the mobile, it'll only allow him to add items that are available in his warehouse. And when he adds the items, it's going to allocate from his warehouse. You can also choose my location with options, which would allow them to pull from their warehouse or any warehouse, other warehouse. The bottom tab section, this is going to allow you to hide or show the various tabs at the bottom. The signature button is the signature button at the bottom is where the tech can collect signature from the customer. So let me show that one. The time clock is that time in, time out on the work order. So let's keep that one as showing. Email to would allow your user to print or email the work order from the mobile. So if you don't want them doing that, you can hide it. If you are doing that, again, you need to reference the user or admin email setting to choose if the email is sent from the tech's email or from the admin email. The complete button is one that people hide a lot because if the complete button is showing, it allows the user to close the whole order or void it or invoice it. Those are three options if they have the complete button showing. So a lot of times instead of closing the order using the complete button here, which is hidden, they would just use the order status on the order to change the order from scheduled to completed or something like that. Then the very last section is the order filter. So when you log in to the mobile, there's a filter option which allows you to look Allows the techs to see my orders, which are the orders assigned to them, or my tasks, which are the orders that have been scheduled for them. Taken by me would be orders that that technician created, so their name is in the taken by. Closed would be all closed orders. Unassigned would be all open orders that haven't been assigned to anyone yet, or all open orders. So sometimes companies want to limit down which options are available. Maybe they don't want the tech to get into all open orders. You just only really want them to be under, see the ones that were assigned to them or scheduled for them. So you can disable the other options. So once you've made all your changes, you would just hit save at the top and to save those preferences. And let's log back in as Marvin. And I'll go back to mobile tech. So I'm going to hit this filter here. So I had grayed out a bunch of these options, so I'm just only seeing the my order list here now. Oh, which there aren't actually any orders. Let me create one for Marvin. I'm going to pause this for one moment. All right, so Marvin was a brand new tech, so we didn't have any orders scheduled for him or assigned to him. So now I've assigned one for him. So let's go ahead and choose this order. And first thing we're going to look at is at the bottom, we have only two buttons showing the time in and out and signature. We hid the complete and the email, the print email. We already looked at this detail page where we had rearranged the order of the fields and hidden some. And the notes tab, now we have the service requested, service performed. Actually, if we go in here and type in here, cleaned, pool, all good. Then you click this append button and you'll see that it has a time and date stamp and also the note is added. If we go into the order in SME, we can see that note added here. So that's append mode rather than edit mode. So the group preferences is something you'll want to think about when you're getting your team started using the mobile tech. Just remember to go into the Manage User page and click Edit Group Preferences and edit the preference group assigned to your techs.